What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Rear Naked Locks. I'm Chato, that's Henry. We're going to give you guys a quick breakdown of this Saturday's UFC fight card in Winnipeg, Canada. We got it headlined by Jourdain versus Mike Malott. The main event's decent. The card overall can use some work, but we did our best to try to give you guys the odds. Like, how do you feel about the fight overall, Henry? Like, the card overall?
I mean, it's hard. It's hard going from Jerry Oldberg main event to this. It's like I hate when the UFC does it, bro. It's super stacked pay per view to super weak main card. Um, but it's fights at the end of the day. It's what we do. We're gonna watch them anyways, whether they're trash or not. So I'm excited. There's some good fights on here. There should be some finishes. A lot of UFC debuts. A lot of the guys they're from Contender Series last year, so it should be exciting. But that main event, we got Gilbert Burns versus Mike Malott. I mean, it should be competitive. Gilbert Burns, I mean, he did get starched by Michael Morales, but that could be the next champ right there. Gilbert Burns does have really good wrestling, got power in his hands. Um, the only thing that seems like is waning is his durability. I think a lot of people like to hate on Mike Malott because Charles Radke fucking was clowning him, but he's a very good striker. He's got good footwork. His takedown defense is really good. Yeah, he did lose to Neil Magny, but that was an ass beating. He did the Homer Simpson freaking type of win from Neil Magny. I'm not sure if Gilbert Burns could wrestle for 5 rounds. So it's like it'd have to be Gilbert Burns sub if you have Burns winning, but I don't know. I just don't see him landing takedowns consistently without getting tagged up. Like he's been dropped by jabs. Who's been dropped him with a jab? Morales dropped him with a freaking straight shot. Mike Malott likes to throw straight shots. I think he eventually catches Gilbert Burns. Give me Mike Malott via TKO. I'm gonna give Burns the credit. He's pretty durable, so I'll give Mike Malott TKO round 3.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think the UFC knows exactly what they're doing by making this fight. Gilbert Burns, a clean 39 years old, coming off 4 losses. But just like Henry said, like he's lost to the who's who in the UFC: Sean Brady, Michael Morales. So he hasn't really like lost a step. He just fought like the next generation of possible champions. And I'm not gonna lie, Mike Malott did cost us money last time because I had him against Neil Magny. Neil Magny stays sunning this channel, but just like Henry said, man, like you just can't win by Homer Simpson, and then like it's just a fluke victory in my opinion, right? It's like Jerry's lost. I'm kidding. But no, like I agree with Henry. I think Mike Malott's gonna hit him with the sauce on the feet. Gilbert's gonna try to shoot an ugly takedown, and I think Mike Malott learned a lot from his loss from Magny. He's not gonna he's not gonna um, go for broke immediately. Like I think he peppers Gilbert up, and I think he takes him out like in round 2. If this fight does go to the later rounds 4 and 5, I'm hoping Mike Malott's gas tank holds up because Gilbert. I can see a sneaky Gilbert sub in the late rounds, but I would not put money on it. I think the safe money is Mike Malott. The UFC knows that Gilbert's on the way out. They're using that name value to boost Mike Malott in Canada because it seems like Mike Malott only fights in Canada. So he's giving Mr. Canada inside the distance here. Gilbert Burns, like an absolute vet, straight legend of the sport. But yeah,
Yeah, I
easy
mean,
dub for Mike.
100%, 100%. I mean, Moicano did come through like as a dog. They train together, have a podcast together. But the difference between Moicano and Gilbert Burns is Moicano's not getting finished by strikes. When you're getting TKO'd the way Gilbert Burns is, it's kind of sketchy when you're fighting a explosive striker like Malott. Malott's 35, but he's a young 35, man. He hasn't taken that much damage, so you got to go with the youth here.
I love it. Let's go. See, this co-main event's a banger. If you guys don't know who Jourdain or Phillips is, I think you need to pause the video and go watch some highlights. Jourdain probably has one of the nasty guillotines in that division, man. Like he snatches it. You just got to respect that game plan, right? He's the definition of if the gilly is available, he's gonna jump it, and 9 times out of 10 he's gonna get that. But I don't think he's gonna be able to get that type of submission on Phillips, man. I think Phillips gonna have the right game plan going in here. He's gonna mix it up, do some damage on the top. and then take him down like if he needs to. I don't think Phillips gets the job done inside the distance. I think Phillips does a masterclass performance. He goes to the scorecards. Give me Phillips 29-28. I think Phillips takes round 2 and 3. Jourdain always starts off hot, but I feel like he fades as the fight goes on. Um, Give me Phillips. Like I know he's coming off of 2 losses, but I think styles make matchups, and I think I have the underdog in this one.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I have a strong opinion about this fight. I mean, just like Costa last week. I mean, a lot of people are just underrate these guys because they lose to good fighters. You know, like Tyler Phillips is one of the best strikers in the division. Explosive. He usually always wins round 1. He's got good wrestling. He's got submissions in his bag. Look at Charles Jourdain's record, man. Every time he fights a better striker, he fucking loses. Gene Silva, lost. Sean Woodson, lost. Then Daniel Wood, lost. Shane Burgos, lost. Like, it's not a coincidence that he's losing to the better strikers. He lost to Julian Erosa. I think Kyler Phillips is going to style him on the feet. As long as he doesn't freaking make a Boser mistake and land into a gilly, I just don't see how Phillips loses here. I think he dominates here. Maybe Jourdain takes round 3, but I don't know, man. He might be wearing a lot of damage by then. Give me Kyler Phillips here all day, especially at those odds.
Let's go. First dog of the card.
At 100%. First dog, first bet. Kyler Phillips. Co-main event came through for us last week. Co-main event is gonna come through for us again. Yeah, give us the Matrix here. The style on Charles Jourdain. This guy has a fetish for losing in Canada too, so don't forget about that.
I agree with Henry, man. Phillips is definitely the type of fighter that belongs in the bark alley. Comes out hot, tries to go for the finish, but I feel like he knows the game plan here, and I feel like he's just going to style on Jourdain. The crowd's going to be on Jourdain's side, but the crowd's not going to be in there fighting for Jourdain. So give me the Matrix, man. I feel like he's just going to do his thing. 29-28 all day. Plus 120 for the Matrix. Cash it. Because I feel like these odds might flip.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's catch another bark alley. All right, man. Here we got one of my favorite fighters coming out of the Contender Series, Nallo versus Jai Herbert. This is a fucking banger of a fight, man. Say what you want about Jai Herbert, but this guy comes to throw down every single time. This guy, he throws heavy. He throws a lot of punches. And he's fighting another elite striker. I think they're gonna go chin for chin, and I just think Nallo has a better chin. He throws straight. I think he's gonna be a little bit more powerful with the strikes. I think he's gonna watch the leg kicks of Herbert. You know, because if he gets chopped up, you know, he might get put down. But I'm gonna take Nallo here. I think he knocks Jai Herbert out with a straight shot. Give me Nallo TKO round 1 in a freaking slugfest.
Yeah, man, I agree. I didn't know who Nallo was, so I had to do my research on him. I must have missed that episode of the Contender Series, but this guy has nasty power in his hands. He has auto stick drift. He has pretty good defense as well. If you guys know about Herbert, like Herbert's the one that almost took Ilya out with that nasty head kick. So I feel like Nallo's defensive ability here and his ability to get into Herbert's face, like and make this a slugfest. I think Nallo has the advantage here. Give me Nallo inside the distance, probably around 1 KO, like if I'm being honest.
Fucking go. Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
All right, next up we got Jasudavicius versus SIlva. This is a pretty decent fight here, man. We have Jasmine, the ground specialist, and Silva. I wouldn't call her a striking specialist, but that's her path to victory here, right? But if you guys know anything about Silva, she has a fetish for getting taken down and absolutely ground and pounded or dominated or subbed. I feel like Jasmine, like everybody knows, if Jasmine's on the card, her path to victory is simple: take her down, sub her, take her down, ground and pound. And I feel like if there's a clear path to victory, this fight is definitely a clear path to victory. I think Jasmine's going to get the fight to the ground, and she's gonna get that sub or TKO. Karina Silva's a pretty good fighter, but you know she got dominated by Barber. She got dominated by Vivian Araujo. I think Jasmine has fought the better opponents. I know she looked terrible in that Ferriol fight, but if you guys go back and watch the tape, I called that to a T. Ferriol has nasty takedown defense. Silva does not. they are not the same caliber fighters. I feel like Jasmine's gonna go in there and implement that game plan to a T, and she's gonna make this look easy. So give me Jasmine inside the distance here. If you guys want to bet specific props, I mean, sprinkle sub is never a bad option.
Yeah, I mean, Jasudavicius and violence go hand in hand, man. Don't be surprised if she lands the takedowns. She proceeds to mount maybe a crucifix. She's violent, man. Especially she likes to win. She's a good fighter. She just ran into the beast. Chato called that fight to the T, man. I was on the Jasmine side and I got freaking clowned. Manon, you got dude. Manon's just a savage. Maybe the next champ. But Karina Silva, man, she doesn't have that tall fighter defense like Manon. Manon likes a frame. That's how she stuffs the takedowns. Whereas Karina, she accepts bottom position because her jiu-jitsu's alright. But let Joe Rogan make it calling the fights and throwing up these random nonsense submission calls. I don't see how she wins by decision here because I don't think she beat Diani Barbosa. I think that was a highway robbery. So give me Jasudavicius. I think she has way better top control than Diani did, and I think she gets her down. I think she finishes it. Give me Jasmine by rear naked choke.
So Jasmine.
All right, man. Next up, we got Thiago Moises versus Gage Young. Uh, this fight's kind of hard to call, man, because I'm a big fan of Moises. We've used him before. He's come through. Sometimes he's got mauled, but he's pretty well rounded. He's won a 5 via leg kicks, man. This guy, his striking, it did look horrible against Jared Gordon, but I think it's time we all admit that Jared Gordon is a very good fighter. Top 15. He's an elite guy. Gage Young, he's been trading wins and losses. I just think Moises wrestling. I think he gets him down, bro. And Thiago Moises grappling is severely underrated, man. I think he gets Gage Young down multiple times, and I think he finds a submission. Give me Thiago Moises by rear naked choke round 2.
Sheesh, that's crazy. But I got my boy Gage Young in this one. Um, like the younger fighter here, Henry has decent points, man. Like Moises is well rounded. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but he's super inconsistent. Like if you're a betting man and you're gonna bet on Moises, he has cash for us. But if you guys remember when the rhinoceros was in this team, he picked Moises. Moises got knocked down in round 1. So it's just a hit or miss when you bet on when you bet on Moises. But yeah, he is well rounded, man. But I think styles make fights. I'm gonna go with Gage Young on this one, man. I feel like his performance against Mahasheta or Mahashet, whatever his name is,
Should take.
Misha Tate. I feel like that's like I feel like he's gonna use it like the similar game plan. I feel like Moises is dangerous in round 1, but round 2 and 3 is when Gage is gonna take over. Moises is durable enough to survive, so I have Gage winning in a close 29-28 victory. I think Gage's defensive wrestling is good enough to stop those takedowns that Henry was talking about. I'm not saying he's not going to get taken down, but I feel like he's going to be able to get up. And gas tank for gas tank, I think Young takes it. And durability, man, I hate to say it, but Moises, super consistent. So, like, I'm going to give the edge to Young on this one. So, give me Gage Young by decision here, 29-28.
There we go. There we go. Spin the pick. I mean, the odds make sense, bro. It's a very good fight. I mean, we'll just see who comes through.
All right, next up, we got Buzukja. Lost that one against Barbosa. Buzukja. We're going against Buzukja. Buzukja versus Barbosa. This is a pretty this is a violent spot right here. If you guys don't know who Barbosa is or Buzukja is, straight slugfest. I expect this. If this fight isn't a sock and bopper, stand in the middle, throw haymakers, and see who goes down first, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed. But that being said, man, I think if the fight does go like that, I think Barbosa has a little bit more pop, like a little bit more head movement. He is more defensively sound. His fight in the Contender Series and his previous fights, this guy is an absolute shot out of a cannon in round 1. And I feel like he's just going to overwhelm Buzukja. I feel like Buzukja is going to survive, and then he's going to get caught. I think this is going to be another round 1 Barbosa victory. He's a pretty steep favorite, but like I think styles make fights, and I think Barbosa just clears them like in every aspect.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because Buzukja comes out of a good camp with Aljo and Marab and those guys. But I don't know. I just think he's gonna be too slow here. Like, could he knock Barbosa out? Absolutely. You know, the guy's a wild man. Barbosa's gonna be reckless in there. Uh, you know, when you're reckless in there, you get caught. You know, but this dude's a round one demon. It's like if you survive past round one, maybe you could get him out of there late. But I just don't. I just can't stop envisioning Barbosa just fighting the chin of Buzukja the same way Jamal Emmers did. Uh, Give me Barbosa by knockout round one.
Let's go. Barbosa KO is the play.
And we got Leblanc versus Valentin. Um, the odds on this fight flipped nasty. Valentin was a big underdog like a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And now he's a slight favorite. After watching the tape, I completely get it. Like, this LeBlanc dude, what the fuck are we doing, guys? It's like, these are guys who are signing out of the regionals. Like, he just seems very mid, very average. I think they needed just Canadian fighters to get on this card, and I don't see how Robert Valentin loses this fight. Just a dude who looked incredible on Ultimate Fighter. He unfortunately got injured in the finale, and that's what led to his downfall. But after that, he's fought Ateba Gautier and Azamat Murzakanov, two heavy hitting strikers. And when you're a wild man like Valentin, you know, you can't really be reckless like that against guys that hit hard because they put you down. I think he's going to be able to finally showcase his skill set here, and I think he's going to get LeBlanc out of there via submission. Give me Robert Valentin by sub.
I like that. I like that. But the part that I want to focus on is Henry's extremely correct, bro. There's a lot of people from Canada on this card just because they're in Canada, right? Canada, no hate because their fan base is extremely like he's extremely active, man. Like I never been to a Canada card, but you could even feel the enthusiasm through the camera. But I don't know if LeBlanc is, like if LeBlanc's like a hero in his hometown because his fight tip is it didn't impress me at all. Robert Valentin, I've been a fan of this dude since Ultimate Fighter. I told Henry that he was going to win the Ultimate Fighter, and then like he got hurt and then got dominated. But that loss to Ryan Loder, I'm not saying it was a fluke, but Ryan Loder is a pretty decent wrestler with nasty submissions. And I feel like Valentin has been tested in the UFC already. Just horrible matchups the UFC has been giving him. And I feel like they're finally giving him a good matchup here. Stylistically, Robert's going to clear this guy in every aspect. I don't think Robert needs to take him down, but we all know Robert's path to victory is the floor. So I feel like Robert's going to hurt him on the feet and sub him on the ground. So give me Robert Valentin by club and sub.
Go, there we go.
All right, next up we got Tanner Boser, UFC legend. I'm kidding. Former UFC fighter. If you guys don't know who Tanner Boser is, don't worry. You didn't really miss much, but he was in the UFC before, left, got a couple wins, and came back. Saricam, Goku right here. I mean Gohan Saricam, right? Um, this guy hasn't fought in 3 years. All of his fights were in Bellator, so like he has some pretty decent wins in Bellator. But I mean, I just don't feel comfortable in picking a fighter that hasn't fought in 3 years. Like I don't know if he's been just on the couch or he's actually been active. Tanner Boser, at least in my opinion, has been active. His last fight was uh, at the end of last year, and like he won by TKO. So give me Tanner Boser due to activity because like last time I bet on a fighter that wasn't active for like 3-4 years, one fighter looked like a god, and the other fighter looked like he's never fought before. So I don't know if Sarcom has that octagon rust, but like I'm not gonna put money on that. So give me Tanner Boser to win here. He's fought in the UFC, so there is no UFC jitters here. He's the one that's being active. So because of those odds and for those reasons, I got Tanner Boser.
Wasn't impressed with the Saricam, honestly. I think he did fight last year, but fought in some random fucking promotion. But uh, he's not he's not really impressive. You know, he's like a little blob in there. Uh, he's got like decent striking, but from what I've seen, like he's not really impressive. He's 35 years old. I'm not sure why the UFC signed him, honestly. Um, I honestly don't get this fight at all. It was like freaking Land of Anata and Darius Flowers. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, let these guys go to BKFC. Let them get their check in the promotion that doesn't fucking matter, you know. Um, yeah, I'm agree with Chad. I'm gonna take Tanner Boser. I think he has better hands. He got more power. He's probably gonna try to grind him out against the fence, and we're in Canada, so he's gonna have the crowd behind him. Give me Tanner Boser. These odds are crazy, so let's go Boser.
Let's go, Boser.
All right, this is a banger fight. We got Melissa Croden versus Daria Zelenikova. Her name was long as hell. I'm sorry for not putting it on here, but she's a good fighter. It should be a striking battle. It's kind of scary because I really do like Croden. She impressed me in her fights. She's a dog, but Daria's a way better, cleaner striker. If she comes in walking like a zombie, moving forward, she might just get her ass beat. But I think Croden's gonna mix in the grappling, hopefully. If not, I might look foolish here. But I'm gonna go with Melissa Croden to make it dirty, make it a little bit of a dog fight. Because if it's a clean technical striking fight, she's gonna lose. So I expect her to make it dirty. Maybe to initiate the clinch, throw some elbows, get her to the ground, tire her out. Because we've seen Croden push through. We haven't really seen Daria in a scrappy kind of fight yet. So give me Croden by decision.
Yeah, these are one of those fights where we're either gonna look like gods or we're gonna look like foolish because there's a clear path to victory here, and it's Croden mixing it up. But is she gonna do that? Has Daria been working on her takedown defense? Because she's been subbed before by like Arlene Perez, right? But like Henry made a couple good points. The cleaner striking it goes to Daria. The grit goes to Croden. The takedown goes to Croden. And if you guys are like aren't new here and you guys have been watching the videos, you guys already know that I always pick fighters that have the ability to mix it up, more ways to win. So even if Daria starts to light up Croden, I think Croden's takedown offense is good enough to switch the game plan up and take her down. So I think Croden's gonna do exactly what Henry said: stick drift, get her against the cage, tire her out, take her down, and finish the fight on the ground. Because Croden is dangerous on the floor. So I feel like if she implements that game plan, should be an easy win. So give me Croden inside the distance. I feel like Dara's going to look good in round one, and then Croden's going to find her pack to victory in round two or three.
Sir, yes, sir. Let's go scare Croden.
Scare Croden, run it. Sheesh, we got another women's MMA match. Jamie Lee Horth, the straight from Canada, so she has a home court advantage against JJ Aldrich. You know, both fighters are good. JJ is just a little bit more inconsistent. She's also the smaller fighter. But I'm gonna go with Horth on this one, man. She's been looking good, 2-fight win streak, coming off a pretty nasty KO against Belinda in round one, and then she dominated Demo. So I feel like she has the ability to win on the feet and has the ability to win on the ground. Aldrich is extremely durable, but it like again inconsistency. She's a smaller fighter. I think Jamie Lynn Horth is going to pepper up on the feet, take her down, like you win these rounds. I have Jamie Lynn Horth by decision here. I'll give Aldridge at least one round here. So give me 29-28 Horth.
It's a very good matchup. Like, it's in a way, it's kind of striker versus grappler. I mean, Horth doesn't really have much grappling. But it comes out to JJ here. If she wants to win this fight, she's got to get her down because Horth, she does hit hard, got clean boxing. She circles around the cage well. So she's got to bully her to the fence and get her down. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't really envision her doing it. So I'm gonna take Horth here as well. I think Horth just squeaks it out. Maybe a close split decision kind of fight. Give me a Horth here. 29-28 or maybe by split.
Let's go, Jamie Lynn. Jeremy Lin. I'm kidding.
All right, man. Now we got Castaneda versus Vologdin. This is gonna be a banger of a fight. I think the sexy Maxi is super underrated, but I mean he's inconsistent though. I mean he wins, he loses, he wins, he loses. He was looking good against Daniel Marcos until he got dropped. Like he's fighting a guy who's coming out the Contender Series off a loss. You know, it was one of the greatest Contender Series fights of all time, probably the best one, but he took a beating there. You know, it's not pretend. it was a beating. This guy's pretty small for the division. I'm gonna take Castaneda here just because he's more proven. Yeah, he's had multiple UFC fights. This is kind of fight that he should thrive in as long as cardio holds up. But I think he does heavy damage on the Vologdin. As long as he doesn't get tired, because this dude's a freaking little bull. If you get tired against this guy, he's gonna drown you. But give me Castaneda by TKO.
Yeah, man. I'm about to go with Sexy Mexi as well. Um, Henry is spot on, dude. That Vologdin's fight in Dana White's Contender Series was must watch. You guys haven't seen that? Watch that. Sock 'em, bop 'em, robots right there. Vologdin definitely has the endurance. He's definitely a dog, man. He can take a beating. But if you're picking a fighter just because he's able to take a beating, it means that his chin is in the air, it means that he loses rounds, means that his defense is horrible, right? And I feel like Castaneda is good enough to squeak out these rounds, man. Mark Vologdin, 5'3". I mean, that's just extremely small for the division, man. So I got John Castaneda here by decision because I agree. Vologdin does have a chin, extremely durable. Castaneda does not have the best knockout power, but I feel like he's able to mix it up, takedowns, octagon control. So like have Castaneda here by decision. I just can't pick a fighter that like your only path to victory is if you outdog somebody. Because like in order to outdog somebody, like you need to take damage. So if damage is the true criteria, give me Castaneda here to win. Clean decision, 29-28.
Let's go.
All right, we have the first fight of the card. We got Siraj versus Yannis. I think Jamie's gonna win here. I think Jamie has a significantly better hands on the and like he has the ability to mix it up, but most of the time he goes for the submissions. But I feel like because of that, I have Siraj. I don't know how to say his name. I'm butchering the shit out of his name, but he's gonna win by submission here. I feel like he's gonna get he's gonna do some damage on the feet, and he's gonna take him down. He's gonna go for that submission. Giannis, all the tape that I was watching from him, I did not see like, oh, he's extremely good at this moment. He's extremely good on the feet or on the ground. Sergey has the clear path to victory here. He's coming off a good camp, TriStar Gym. I feel like he's gonna have the right game plan to close the distance early, strike, take him down, and look for the submission here. So give me Jamie by inside the distance here, but I'll sprinkle submission just because he's coming off of 2 rear naked chokes. I feel like that's his bread and butter. So he's for sure going to be looking for that in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Siraj is foolish, man. John Yannis, he's talked about it publicly. His clear weakness is his grappling. But learn how to wrestle, bro. Like it doesn't happen overnight, man. I mean, look at Esteban Ribovic. I'm sure he worked his ass off to work his takedown defense, and it don't matter, bro. Like you had to grind it out for years. You got to build that muscle memory. I just don't see how he stuffs the takedowns here. I mean, Siraj has been knocked out before, but it was a spinning wheel kick, and that shows to Diego Brandao, bro. Diego Brandao, he's still doing the damn thing in the regionals, bro. I mean, he beat freaking Kai Kamaka, was down to UFC. He knocked out Siraj 3 fights ago, but that's a Brazilian demon right there, you know. I think Siraj is good enough to win this fight. I think he's a pretty safe pick. Just get him down. Just don't mess around. Take him down, whether you sub him or not. You can take him down at will. So give me Siraj. I'll take the submission too.
Let's go. Siraj by submission. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's time for our parlays. If you guys aren't familiar, we always start off the round the world. If you missed last week, Chato hit a plus 485. We'll see what he's cooking up this week.
All right, everybody. We got another banger for you. If you guys are new to the channel, the Round the World parlay is simple. I pick 3 fighters that are representing 3 different parts of the world. I put them in a pot, and I try to make the best odds. Last week, I gave you guys a plus 600 odd. This week, I gave you guys plus 162. This card is extremely Canada heavy, so didn't have a lot of options, unfortunately, but we did what we could, right? So first and foremost, we're going straight to Brazil. We're going Barbosa here. I told you guys already, this guy is all gas, no brakes, shot out of a cannon, heavy hands, good head movement. I expect Barbosa to win in a clean, nasty, vicious round 1 KO. And second leg, and probably the most dangerous leg here, because me and Henry are split. I got my boy 20 gauge young here, the 25-year-old, to just simply outwork Thiago Moises. Thiago Moises is extremely well-rounded, but he's super inconsistent. And I pick fighters that are consistent. Give me the younger fighter, the more durable fighter, in my opinion. I have Gage Young winning by a clean 29-28. And my final leg, in my opinion, the lock is Mike Malott. The UFC knows exactly what they're doing by giving 39-year-old 4-fight losing streak Gilbert Burns a main event is to steal his name value and give it to Mike Malott. Giving Mike Malott, Mr. Canada himself, to go in there and pepper the shit out of Gilbert Burns. I'll have Mike Malott round 2 KO here. If you guys put all three of these guys together, I'm telling you guys, you got plus 162 odds here all day, every day. That is another round the world parlay lock for you guys. Yes, last week we hit. We're gonna hit again. Catch it in, boys.
100%. If you keep doubting Chato now, I don't know what you're doing, bro. This guy's been on a fucking burner. You lose 2, and then you hit a freaking Savage plus 200, plus 300. I don't know, bro. Every time we've been splitting the pick. He's been on the correct side. We're split on Jerry and Ulberg, and he called to the money. Even before Jerry got knocked out, he looked scared. He was worried about the punches, and yeah, I mean, I think the fight plays out pretty similarly in a rematch, but see.
We'll see. Cash.
All right, man. It's time for my all-action parlay. I'm just tired of the judges. Last week, I took a risk. I took Pico Jerry. I'm keeping that same logic. I'm giving Mondale Nallo and Robert Valentin. I don't want to see the scorecards. I should have hit plus 2 something with Agent Yannis. Instead, it ended up being like minus 400 because it was a draw. You know, fucking bullshit. And then the following week, Gary Pat should have been a draw or Pat decision. Lost it. So whatever. Fuck the judges. We're going nothing but finishes. Nallo, Robert Valentin. I expect them both to finish their fights pretty dominantly. We're taking the money line plus 152. But if you want to go the outcomes, Nallo KO, Valentin sub. But we're taking the money line here. We need to bounce back here.
I love it. All action parlay is a parlay that you want people to throw their leather. Like Henry picked 2 fighters that are going to go in there and try to get the job done early. If you guys are feeling really spicy, pick both these fighters round 1. How about that?
Hey, man. Hopefully, man, like that, I'm not sweating it out, you know? All right, man. But it's time I play of the week. We freaking talked about it off camera a bunch of times. It's hard. This card sucks. But if you just look at the records, Mike Malott, Jasmine have fought the same card multiple times. They've lost once. So if you've just been parlaying them both in every Canada card or every card they fight together, you've been profiting. I think it's no different here. They both have clear paths to victory. Malott on the feet, Jasmine on the ground. Let's keep it simple. Minus 141.
Yep, I agree, man. My lock of the week was Mike Malott, but I told Henry, I was like, hey, if you're not going to use Jasmine, I'm going to take Jasmine. So me and Henry were both on the same page here. I expect both these fighters to win their fights inside the distance. The UFC knows what they're doing, man, with that Mike Malott fight. It's just, I'm not a fan of the matchup, but I could understand it from the UFC's perspective. Gilbert Burns on the way out has a big name. Mike Malott has one of the best names as the best prospect here. So there's gonna be a clear domination from Mike Malott and a clear domination from Jasmine. If you guys parlay those two together, you get minus 141 odds. But I'm telling you guys right now, everyone's gonna realize that both of these fighters are a lock, and those odds are gonna juice. As soon as this video drops, put that bet in early. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Freaking, there's a lot of Mike Malott haters on Twitter. We'll see if they put their money where their mouth is. But yeah, I think we cashed pretty easy this week. Keeping it simple. Last week I decided to face shit with shit, and it cost me picking Gaslam. I'm picking a very good fighter in Jasmine, top 10, very good wins. She's just like Jillian Robertson. She's a dog. She's been grinded out. You got to knock her out if you want to stop her. So as long as we avoid that, I think we get it done, and we fucking ground and pound, maybe sub, we cash.
Yep, cash it all in, boys. Make sure to put those bets in. Make sure to put those bets in early, and then don't forget to follow us on all social medias. Every Saturday, man, I'm live in action on Twitter. Like, we're giving out picks. Like, we're shouting people out, and we're giving you guys clean fight breakdowns. We appreciate all the love and support. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Rear Naked Locks out.
Yeah, peace.